Hello everyone, welcome to Community Distance Reiki. It's wonderful to see you all today. If you're new here, go ahead, click that live chat button. Feel free to introduce yourself and set any requests for your personal well-being or healing. We're going to get things started off with a beautiful crystal grid built exactly to your requests. And then after that, I'm going to send some healing energy to you wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. I'm Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. And if you'd like to learn more about my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or if you'd like to shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's listed in the description, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So let's go ahead, let's jump in, let's say hi to everyone. And I do have a little Gertie cat on my lap. So those of you who were here last night, Tuesday night, she jumped up and blessed the grid. So let's see what happens today. Awesome. So let's just, there we go. I waited to adjust the cameras because I was like, the cats are probably gonna fiddle with it. It's a pretty good shot. Okay. So here we go, per usual. We've got our mirror here to reflect and deflect any negative energy. We've got our copper spiral that breaks up any energy blockages, gets the optimal flow of energy going. And let's go ahead and say hi to everyone. I see Tabs, Chris, Flower, I hope you're doing well, Lila Ray, and awesome. Okay, good stuff. So let's get into these requests. So good to see you all. So Tabs, let's see. You're going to be watching this during your shift. Well, have a good shift for sure. And you're more than welcome to be kept company. I'm so happy this helps you through your workday. I really, really am. And Chris, I saw that you had a lovely nap. You fell asleep to my voice. I'm so glad. Isn't it nice to just get a good sleep in too? Gotcha. Okay, so let's go ahead and start with... let's go ahead and start with some of Chris's requests, especially for Ava, your dog. So leopard skin, jasper, emerald... black obsidian, super 7, and rose quartz and selenite. Awesome. Okay, so selenite, this is a lovely stone for reflecting any really reflecting back pure white light. This helps us to connect with our angels and guides, and it's lovely for clearing our energy fields and keeping the energy field clear of a room or a space. This is actually a great way to clean the energy of your crystals too. Just get a piece of selenite, put your crystals on it for at least a couple hours, and it'll do a great job clearing them. Just make sure you don't put selenite in water. It will melt. I have a big piece of selenite at the bottom of the grid for every grid that we do. Rose quartz we're all familiar with, but this is just a lovely, lovely stone of, let's see, is that pen? Hang on, I've got something all over my hands. Oh, the tomboy put lipstick on. It's lipstick all over my hands. Gotcha, okay. Okay, so there we go. So rose quartz is lovely for really renewing your spirit, especially your heart. This is lovely for any kind of emotional overwhelm, or if you just feel really depleted. And if this is like if you need a good hug stone. It's also really potent if you're working towards, say, your feelings around yourself, deserving love, and deserving a better job, career, anything like that. This helps you to kind of see yourself with a little bit more compassion. So that is rose quartz. If you're shifting into better quality relationships, this is a lovely stone to work with too. Super 7 is lovely and quite potent for anything having to do with intuition. However you want to connect with spirit, your angels, your guides, or connect with that wisdom, Super 7 can really help. It's also lovely for working towards those larger goals and bigger dreams you have. It's helpful for strengthening your energy field, for having inner peace and harmony, as well as connecting with healing of the past, karmic factors, and even like childhood stuff, as well as connecting with the earth and the ecology, helping to heal the earth. So that is Super 7. Black Obsidian, which sometimes goes as Apache Tear. This is lovely for big time trauma, whether it's like physical trauma, emotional trauma, and let's face it, there's often a little bit of both in everything like that. This can help with feeling really supportive and feeling really supported too. It helps us to feel really protected. It's also a lovely stone of processing grief and those really traumatic things. Helps too with protection from gossip and spite and words that might harm, as well as blocked grief, helping to bring that blocked grief to the surface so that you can, let it out and move through it. So that is Black Obsidian. Leopard Skin Jasper helps with healing of our animal companions. And it's lovely for anything that's impacting the skin. It's also helpful for coordination and balance, and it's lovely for attracting a soulmate type relationship. And I know that sounds like such an odd mix. I'm always impressed by the odd mix that this stone represents, but it really is so helpful with so many of those things. So let's go ahead and bring in Leopard Skin Jasper. And then next I will bring in some emerald, helpful for the upper respiratory tract, the whole cardiopulmonary system, everyone that's still working through the last bits of a cold, which is so many folks. This is lovely for helping with that. Also helps to heal skin and tissue. It helps to reinvigorate passions in life. And it's also a stone that can help you to feel a little bit more confident in your appearance, especially those parts of your appearance that you're particularly sensitive about. So that is emerald. And I'm going to just grab one or two more, and then I'm going to keep folding yours in as we go. So let's see, we've got green aventurine. This can help us to expand our vision of our own potential and help us to see what we're capable of without kind of self-imposed limitations. This is helpful for the heart and heart rhythms, as well as allergies and eye problems, as well as fertility. And if you're struggling with the I can'ts, this is lovely, especially if there's something you're learning and you feel like it's out of your wheelhouse, it's something particularly difficult. This is a stone that encourages you to just like give it a try, one step at a time. So that is aventurine. There you go. And I'll keep folding in more of the stones you've requested as we go throughout the day. Renee, good to see you. Janie Thompson. Oh, you're in Houston. Oh, well, I hope you're doing well. Welcome in. Feel free to go ahead and request anything for your personal well-being. I'm happy to grab some crystals for you. You can request specific crystals or let me pick the right ones for your themes. It's really up to you, but glad you're with us and hanging out. Oh, good stuff. So let's see. Tabs, intentions, research and learning, energy, headache, creativity, connection with spirit, connection with higher self, and confidence. Love it. So let's do research and learning. We've been doing some tiger eye for you there. Connection with spirit and creativity. Definitely azurite. Headache. We'll bring in pink tourmaline. Some moss agate. And for confidence and energy, we will bring in Bumblebee Jasper, one of our favorites. Oh, let me adjust that light. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. So this is bumblebee jasper. This does have high amounts of sulfur and arsenic, so do be careful. But this is lovely for energy and vitality, but also mental focus, motivation, as well as confidence. This is a stone that can help you feel like, okay, I want to dive into the work and get it done. I can't wait to get through it all. But also helps with that staying focused, as well as like not feeling quite so lethargic about things. Helps too with empowering manifestation and making decisions. So that is bumblebee jasper. So I feel like that can help, especially with the energy and confidence. For your requests around connection with spirit and higher self, moss agate. So moss agate is highly regarded in Chinese medicine. Lovely for anything that is moving through the body quickly that shouldn't be there, like colds and viruses and infections, but also helpful for connection to spirit, connection to unconditional love, connection to your higher self, and also doing any kind of inner child work. Lovely too for releasing fears of the unknown and for reconnecting with nature, which can be really stabilizing and balancing and renewing. So that is moss agate. Pink tourmaline is one of my favorites for headaches, especially migraine type headaches. It's also really lovely for any kind of gynecologic issue, be it hormonal or something like endometriosis, anything in between. Lovely too for neuralgia, helping moms and babies to have their initial bonding time. It's thought supportive for spinal cord injuries and for breaking down a negative self-image so that you can start to rebuild your self-image in a more positive way. Azurite is excellent for creativity, but also connection to spirit, connection to our guides and our angels, and also gaining wisdom from those connections. It helps with insight and intuition as well. It's wonderful too for breaking through energy blockages and obstacles in your path, and helpful for calming and quieting the mind. Lovely too for muscle spasms and uncontrolled muscle movements like spasms and tics. So that is azurite. So I hope that that helps. Oh, and tiger eye. So this is good for research and everything kind of entrepreneurial. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, this can help that kind of entrepreneurial thinking, that big, broad thinking of how all the different pieces meet together, considering all the different factors in between so many different topics. It's lovely for that. Also very helpful for collecting lots of data and kind of organizing through it. Wonderful too for strength, balance, and courage, as well as protective energetically and even in the real realm, like the real world. This is very helpful, especially for protection against jealousy and envy. Lovely too, just for anything entrepreneurial or anything research related, whether you're doing like kind of like a, how do I usually like to think of it? Whether you're doing detective work or just sort of learning, this is a lovely stone. So that is tiger eye. So thank you so much for being here, Tabs. Have a great shift. Okay, and Patty, good to see you. Allie B, I hope you're doing well. Creative Diva, Samantha. Oh, it's so good to see everyone. Okay, I'm going to keep on going through our requests here, and let's see. Lila Ray, intentions for protection during travel and for your son to ace his audition and interview on Saturday for a very competitive jazz studies program. Absolutely. So let's go ahead with some sunstone. And let's see. Protection during travel. There's a couple of ones that are good for that. Let's bring in moonstone. And I'm also going to bring in sodalite. Okay. So he's got an interview too. This will help with the communication and the speaking. And this is sodalite. So sodalite helps with expression, any way that we express ourselves, including musically. Wonderful too for grounding impulses, dealing with homesickness, coming to terms with aging, issues around menopause, but communication in terms of speaking and expression, definitely in terms of performance, music, anything like that. So that'll be helpful. So there we go with sodalite. This is also a lovely stone for those of you who really struggle during Mercury retrograde. And that's sodalite. On the same kind of idea of expression, but a little bit more like broadly, is actually sunstone. Sunstone helps one to be recognized, noticed, helps you to stand out and be seen. It packs tons of confidence and lots of just sort of recognition, being recognized for who you are, what you do, the contributions you've made, things like that. Helps to expand your vision of your own potential so that you can set your goals higher. Lovely for bringing career opportunities too. And, school is, you're working towards that. And lovely for marketing or promoting yourself, getting yourself out there. Good too for phobias as well. So that is sunstone. If anyone is looking to promote themselves or their business, or if you are looking for a job, sunstone can be really, really helpful for that. And for protection during travel, let's bring in moonstone. So moonstone is exactly that. It helps protect travelers. It also helps protect women. And it's superb for things like attracting loving relationships, learning old or even ancient practices of spirituality and healing, especially practices around well woman traditions and wise woman traditions, connection with the divine feminine, connection to intuition, and also connection with the cycles, rhythms, and patterns of nature, trusting divine timing, and releasing patterns and habits and things. So that is moonstone. So there we go. So I hope that helps, Lila Ray. Lots of love to you. Lots of love to your son. I hope everything goes well. Wow, competitive jazz studies program. I have a colleague and friend who is he majored in jazz in college. He's an incredible musician, and he's also an incredible massage therapist. He teaches massage like throughout the US and Canada and stuff. He's pretty amazing dude, and yeah, you just made me think of him there. So awesome. So glad to have you here. Oh, you're so welcome, Lila Ray. MC Spiritual Healer, good to see you. Okay, cool. And I'm going to get to everybody's request before we move into the healing. Manifestation quartz, you got it. So manifestation quartz is exactly what it would sound like. We can think of this as almost like a birthday candle on a cake, except that it's in the grid and it's for everyone to put their wishes in. Whatever you're working towards, whatever you're asking the universe for, whatever your goals are, go ahead and just sort of imagine them going into this crystal and being connected to the universe to give them a boost. So that is manifestation quartz. Renee Sims, we are enjoying the day. Energy to stay the course on the move. You got it. So let's go with polychrome because we have Bumblebee Jasper. Let's do some garnet. Let's see what else can help. Let's also bring in some desert rose selenite too. So desert rose selenite helps with everything about real estate, moving in general, but especially real estate. This is really helpful a little bit more broadly. So whether it's the paperwork around that move or anything like that. This helps support and encourage that. It's also helpful for relieving upset stomach, acne, eczema, fighting viruses. It's helpful for the healing of pets and animals. It's lovely for men's health and for making those small, consistent changes that add up to our larger goals, which includes very much packing and moving. Also helpful for redefining ourselves. So that is Desert Rose Selenite. The next one I want to bring in is Polychrome Jasper. That's one that favors movement and actually getting moving. So it does give us some energy, but also kind of gives us that boost of wanting to move around, helps to make it easier on our joints too. But it also breaks through indifference and it's really motivating. So that's where it's going to really help you. This is also helpful for reigniting the true motivations behind what we're doing. So this can help you be reminded of why you're moving and what's going to be good about it on the other side. Helpful too for joint health, self-confidence, and connection with our Earth Star chakra, which is beneath the root, and that is where we can act upon our soul's purpose. And garnet. This is helpful for organization and being practical. Kind of like getting the most out of your efforts, getting more done in minimal time. Also helps with courage and creativity. Finding also balance and strength in times of change, and what's more changeable than moving, for sure. So let's go ahead and put some garnet around so that you can see the ways you can get things done with the least amount of effort. So that is garnet. So all the best to you on your move. Good to see you. Allie B, some citrine and watermelon quartz. I actually don't have watermelon quartz or even watermelon tourmaline. Release anger and resentment to those who betrayed us in the past. Gotcha. Okay, cool. So there's some other stones that I can throw in there that'll help. So let's definitely bring in the citrine. Releasing anger and resentment. There is... Let's bring in aquamarine. Let's bring in... and dumortierite. So dumortierite is lovely for things like anger, resentment, and frustration, as well as patience. It's also really helpful in standing up for yourself. It's very protective. It's thought to really help like nervous dogs, nervous animals. It helps with healing ligaments and tendons, and helps improve any situation that seems just beyond hope or out of reach. Lovely too for tidiness and general cleanliness, if anyone has any intentions around that. So that is dumortierite, but yeah, it's lovely for anger, resentment, frustration. Aquamarine too. This is a stone that can be helpful for forgiveness, whether that's I forgive you to give you another chance, or forgiveness like I forgive you to let this go and live free of you. Whichever of those it is, or anything in between, this can really help hold a space for it. It's lovely too for deflecting immature behavior like pettiness, temper tantrums, mind games, things like that. We often call it the anti-Karen stone. So if this is coming up from those individuals, this can help kind of knock that off. It's lovely too for teeth and gums, circulation, movement of fluids in the body, and also really helpful for this may justice prevail kind of attitude. So let's go ahead and bring in aquamarine. So let me know if that helps. I'm happy to add anything else if I missed anything. Citrine is really helpful for a number of things, but particularly we use it here a lot for financial abundance and helping to boost our manifestations. It's lovely for making good decisions with finances and money. Helps with addictions, compulsions, nausea, fibromyalgia pain, and also balancing our sense of logic with our intuition, which is really underrated. I mean, to be able to use both parts of our mind to integrate those things can really help us to make excellent decisions and move forward in a very holistic way. So I hope that that helps, Allie, and definitely let me know if there's anything else to, let's see, old timelines and letting new love in. Ooh, there's a good one for that too. Releasing old timelines, healing the past, especially childhood, and also the connection to past lives, should there be any, and there usually are. Blue mist Lemurian quartz. This is really helpful for that. This helps with releasing that past emotional pain and does a lot of that past life healing in ways that we don't have to re-experience it. It's lovely for learning about yourself on that healing journey as well, which is super empowering. And yeah, whether it's earlier in this life, a past life, and oftentimes it's a little bit of both, it helps a lot. So I think that that can do quite a bit too. So great to see you, Allie B. Let me know if there's anything else I can do. And all the best to you on your healing journey. Yeah, Samantha, hope everyone's hanging in there. Oh, ruby zoisite too? Gotcha. I've got... So zoisite here, this is lovely for releasing any kind of negativity. Helps to let go of apathy and sluggishness and that feeling of like, but I just don't want to. I've been having a big case of those since we've had this cold snap come in. It also helps to encourage you to face your problems and deal with setbacks and the long list of obstacles and things to do, and really is a lovely stone for helping us to not give into procrastination. So let's bring this in. Also helps with seasonal affective disorder and fertility. So let's see. Let's bring this in. Let's actually bring this in right here and right here. There we go. So that is zoisite. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Cool. Goddess of Four. Oh, thank you for the reminder, Patty. Don't forget to like the stream and subscribe if you like us. Well said, and thank you so much. Awesome. Ooh, I love the requests I'm seeing come in. Okay, let's get in some of Key and Patty's requests. So, red tiger eye, pink kunzite. Pink kunzite will help Allie as well. Peridot, honey calcite. We got sodalite, jade, smoky, tiger iron. Let's start there. So tiger iron, I did do some more research on this one earlier today. Tiger iron is generally tiger eye with hematite in it. Sometimes it also has red jasper in it. Tiger iron is really helpful for relieving fatigue, boosting energy, helping to balance emotions, and brings a lot of clarity of thought. Lovely for those of us who might be inclined to taking on the troubles of others. This is a stone that helps with good, healthy boundaries, especially for people who tend to be the healers of their groups of friends and family members. Helpful for nervous kids and animals, also boosts creativity, and wonderful too for balance around the root chakra as well as the solar plexus. So the root is basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight. Solar plexus is your center of self, personal identity, and free will, living the life you want to live. So that's tiger iron. Also can be really helpful with balancing the blood because of the hematite in there. So that's tiger iron. Jade is lovely. We have nephrite jade here. And it is helpful almost for everything. This is definitely the chicken noodle soup type of crystal. Helps with peace of body, mind, and spirit, as well as working on your dreams and goals and making them come to fruition. Lovely for resourcefulness, as well as confidence, grounding stress, and prioritizing yourself when needed. It's a deeply empowering stone, and it's one of, like I said, it's sort of good for everything, but it's especially helpful for setting any real intention that you're working towards as well. So that is jade. There we go. Smoky quartz is very protective. It helps to transmute or beneficially shift energy that needs to kind of be recycled a little bit. Helps with calming, helps with releasing worry, and it's lovely for releasing energy blocks. It's also protective of items. It's thought to protect items from theft. It's been used that way since the Middle Ages. It also helps with hope in uncertain times. It's thought really helpful for anyone that struggles with chronic pain. And it's lovely for flexibility within the body and movement, as well as flexibility of the mind, remaining open-minded, not thinking in sort of a rigid sense. Open to new ideas and thoughts and perspectives. So that is smoky quartz. Peridot is a stone of friendship and fidelity. This definitely helps boost those really amazing friendships. It also helps us with releasing jealousy, guilt, and anger as well. Helpful with breaking bad habits and with digestive support, whether it's something like IBS or Crohn's or something really heavy like that, or even just like a sour stomach or a momentary acid reflux, or if it's chronic for you. So that is peridot. Oop. Lost a little piece. There we go. Honey calcite helps us with attracting the best people into our life right here and now. This is a stone that balances that solar plexus chakra, that center of self, along with our sacral chakra, the center of relationships. So this is like the attracting of the best people that would match with you, whether it's neighbors, colleagues, new friends, romantic interests, all of the above. Also helps with supporting postmenopausal women, and which, believe it or not, I am one, and helps with just optimism, even when things are really challenging. So that's honey calcite, which will be in stock in the crystal shop again soon. Pink kunzite, this is a lovely stone of compassion. So compassion for others is the first we think of, but also compassion for ourselves, which is really important. This is one that can also help with attracting commitment-based love and healing old heartache and heartbreak so we can open our heart to love once again. It's lovely for hormones, chemical sensitivities, and even mild allergies, especially like skin type allergies. Helpful for neuralgia, new moms, and for sleepless babies, and even in some cases, toxic work environments and toxic bosses. So that is pink kunzite. There we go. Red tiger eye is very protective on the mundane level, so how people show up in our everyday life, as well as energetically, so malevolent spiritual work. This helps with calming down those bully type tendencies and kind of keeps that at bay, whether it's child school kind of stuff or people acting childishly in the grown-up ways, which, yeah, seriously, that persists for so many folks. Also really helpful for manifesting financial abundance in a hurry. So we'll go ahead and bring in that red tiger eye. Okay, and let's definitely bring in epidote too. This helps with recovery from illness and injury, and also helps with the way that we talk to ourselves. If you tend to yell at yourself, if you tend to do the whole talking down to yourself, maybe that voice is you. Maybe it's a voice from someone in your past that you kind of started echoing. Epidote can help you break that habit. Also helpful for connection to the fairy realm, and it's helpful for the skin as well as the general nervous system. So that is epidote. Many people also feel that this has some healing benefits in cases of Parkinson's. So that is epidote right there. Awesome. Awesome. And I will come back for the rest of your requests too. Thank you for being here. Jennifer Vatsa, lots of love. Hope you're well too. The chicken noodle soup of stones, all jades. I love all jades. They do all work a little differently, and I find the more books I read and the more insight I get from different people on what each jade does, the more it varies person to person. So I think it's a little more experiential. But jade has been sacred to the Mayans, the indigenous people of Central America, throughout China and areas of the Far East, even outside of China. So yeah, it's pretty much the chicken noodle soup stone of many, many things, to many, many peoples too. So I would say all jades, but all jades being a little bit different. Okay, let's see. Janie Thompson, feel like you've lost your connection to your higher self, or it's quite weak, so you'd love to reestablish that and connect to spirit as well. The best stone for that, and there's always so much synchronicity between the requests that people have, and so of course you'll often notice you might not see a request for a long time, and then you'll see it a bunch of times on the same day. And today we put out moss agate for exactly that request for someone. So moss agate helps with our connection to our higher self as well as our inner child. And it also highlights connection to spirit and unconditional love. So that's there. It also helps with physical healing as well. There's other stones that can really help support that connection as well. So let me grab sapphire. And celestite. So sapphire is a stone that helps us with our intuition, connecting with our guides and angels. So it's more of like an intuitive stone, but it can really help us to connect to our higher self as well as our higher wisdom and just spirit in general. This is also a stone that can be used for mediumship, channeling, telepathy, things like that. Helpful too for eyes and ears, as well as the thyroid. It helps to invite justice to speed on up and hello, and come on, justice, catch up with us. Great too for envisioning a positive outcome when things are really challenging too. So that is sapphire. Other one I brought in is celestite. So celestite helps your connection to angels as well as just spirit in general. It's also wonderful for discernment. So when you're like, is this me? Is this my higher self? What is this? When you get to that point of confusion, this can be really helpful. It's also just lovely in general for being in that spiritual space, kind of lifting your awareness to your upper chakras and the connection to more to like our spiritual side, as well as helping to lift our experience of physical pain in some instances as well. So I feel like those will definitely help you. So all the best. Glad to have you here, and I hope that this helps. Cool. So, creative diva, protection, meaningful, positive relationships, definitely honey calcite, peace in the midst, clarity and strength, courage to tackle hard things, absolutely. Okay, I gotta move my legs. I'm sorry. Oh, the cat feels some kind of way about my moving around. Okay, let's just move this a little bit. Let's see. Let's see, clarity. Clarity and strength to tackle hard things. Aventurine is helpful with that, and that's in there. Also, zoisite is helpful for that, which is in there. So first one I want to bring in is black onyx. This helps with grounding fear and anxiety, but the reason I really want to bring it in for you is it's lovely at releasing self-doubt and boosting self-confidence. It also helps with lots of protection. It's excellent for helping to process grief, and it's just lovely in general for all things ancestor related as well. So that's black onyx. Yeah, lots and lots of confidence in yourself to do what you need to do. There's also carnelian. So we have honey calcite, which is going to be really helpful for attracting those good people. But I'm also going to bring in carnelian, which helps with relationships in general, all relationships, but especially including close, intimate relationships and even like sexuality, fertility, sexual function. Lovely too for attracting love, even like a soulmate type relationship, and wonderful too for colds, allergies, and wound healing. So that's carnelian. That can help with balancing and harmonizing relationships too. And it doesn't have to just be like romantic relationships. It's even like society and the world more broadly. Crazy lace agate helps with lots of courage too. So this is one that'll like kind of give you that boost of courage, confidence, and also protection that you asked for. This is a lovely stone for also like inner balance. Helps to deal with phobias and fears, as well as helping the skin, eyes, and speech. Helpful too for physical energy, and also if there's any kind of like along with those phobias, if you feel very connected to spider medicine and magic, or if you have phobias of spiders, either way, crazy lace agate is very helpful. So that's crazy lace agate. And also ruby. Ruby is lovely for courage. The courage to be exactly who you are and be yourself, and also lends a lot of leadership and management type skills. Helpful for fibromyalgia and for financial stability. It helps to relieve fears as well as nightmares, and it's great for making decisions. Good for love and fertility as well. So that is ruby. So I feel like that can help. So let me know if there's anything else I can do. And thank you for being here. It's good to see you, Creative Diva. MC Spiritual Healer. Oh, you don't have to apologize for missing last night. No worries. More energy and motivation to get stuff done. That is definitely the vibe of the day. We've got a lot of good stones for that. We've got polychrome jasper, bumblebee jasper. We've got the stones we just did with like ruby. Let's see what else we have. See, another stone for motivation. cool. So I got a couple. So one is aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite, which I think will be a good one for all of us today. So the blue here is blue Caribbean calcite. That's connected with the soul star that's above our crown. That's our connection to the intuition about our soul's highest purpose. And the brown or aragonite has to do with our earth star chakra beneath the root. That has to do with actually acting on those things and making our future become a reality, like acting on our soul's purpose. And so by having both of these here, it can help us to move forward in a really balanced way between the intuition and knowing where to go, when to go, who to connect with, things like that, and the ability to feel like you can move into that and actually make that happen. So that is aragonite with Caribbean blue calcite. Mookite is very, very motivating. Mookite also goes by Australia jasper. This can help with accepting change, making decisions, and even help with connection to nature and the earth, but it's wonderful for a sense of adventuring, pioneering, really makes you want to feel motivated and like dive into your plans. Helpful too for thyroid, bloating, circulation, connection to nature, and an immune boost, as well as help with digestive issues. So we'll go ahead and bring in mookite or Australia jasper. And amber. I felt like this is a good one. This is more intuitive. I don't know if it's for you specifically or kind of for all of us a little bit. Amber is helpful for depression, seasonal affective issues, and can also help us with softening rigid beliefs and attitudes. It's lovely for releasing negativity and emotional blocks, so that can free us up to feel like we can move forward more easily as well. Lovely for luck, protection, and support for mental health, and helping with, I did see a request for tooth pain. This will help with that, as well as attracting lasting love, and even helps with creativity. So that's amber. Amber is fossilized tree sap. So let's go ahead and bring in some amber. So I hope that helps, MC Spiritual Healer. Lepidolite, numite, fluorite. Lepidolite can really help to calm and soothe the emotions and also help us understand our emotions and what's like underneath them. Lovely for highlighting any patterns or things that we have that are holding us back. Lovely for mental health altogether. So whether it's obsessive thoughts, codependency, if you're dealing with addiction, anything like that, this can be a really lovely stone. It's also helpful for joint health and weight loss and for discernment too. So that's lepidolite. Lepidolite is lithium mica. So this is a stone that has lithium in it. Lithium is a prescription medication as much as it is an element, so definitely be careful with it. I don't suggest doing direct water infusions with it. Next is numite, which, let's see. Oh, here we go. You see all those lovely gold-like reflections in these guys? So numite comes from Greenland, and it's very protective. You can put this near your tarot cards or your spiritual tools, and it'll help keep that energy clear. But it's also helpful for when we're doing that deep work within ourselves. It helps us to look within ourselves and into our own darkness and find those flashes of gold light, those moments of inspiration from spirit that help us to learn and help us to move forward bigger and better. So that is numite. Let's go ahead and put some numite here and here. And fluorite is helpful for relaxation and dealing with anything that is like a chaotic energy. If you are very into astrology, if you are going through like a big Uranus transit, this can be a really helpful stone. And I'm just trying to find some the same size. There we go. Yeah, also wonderful too with like, if things are just sort of chaotic all around you, this helps you to be kind of the center of all of that. This will definitely help Renee with the move. But yeah, wonderful for feeling like grounding the chaos, or at least grounding that chaos within yourself. It helps too with comforting newborns and also helping mothers of newborns. So that is fluorite. Let's do here, actually. Wonderful. Okay. Allie, it's your birthday on Saturday, so can we have an amplifier crystal for everyone so wishes come true or something better? Absolutely. That's the manifestation quartz for sure. That's like the birthday candle. So everybody make a wish. But I'm also going to bring in just some good clear quartz. Clear quartz helps to amplify the energy of anything around it, and also to amplify the energy of intentions that you may have. So this will hopefully like boost the grid in general. So happy birthday, Allie B. Let's bring this in for you. Clear quartz you can also use in place of any crystals maybe that you don't have in your collection. Clear quartz is basically one that you can, in a sense, program and ask it to hold an intention for you. So you can make your own healing talismans. So there we go. Happy birthday. Need Reiki for your dog and you, healing and peace to all. We've got the 2 animal stones in, but let's also do snowflake obsidian. This is lovely for calming overstimulation and for balancing wellness, body, mind, and spirit. Also really helpful for dealing with loneliness and guilt, hope after loss, and just inner peace. Can be really soothing and really uplifting, but also helping us release those really heavy things. So we will bring in that. Let's bring that in here and here. Awesome. So I hope that that helps. And pyrite. Sorry for the sirens going by. Pyrite helps with connection to abundance and calling in financial abundance. It's fool's gold. We like to think that it calls in the real stuff. It helps too with calling in intuition while also getting some spiritual protection. It's lovely for the lungs, the memory, and also thought to help with things like asthma. And it's also lovely for helping your body make the most of energy healing like Reiki. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring that in. There we go. There we go. So that's pyrite. Puppy's eyes. We've got both eye stones in there. We've got all the animal stones. Let's see. And for nervous animals, we have dumortierite as well as black obsidian. So that helps with that. Hey Lisa, welcome back in. Good to see you. And Jen, courage, financial freedom, and a little special karmic tax for whoever put a bunch of fraudulent charges on your bank account. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm hearing that from a lot of folks right now. The number one stone I would put in for you if it wasn't there already would be sunstone. Sunstone helps with anyone who would manipulate you around money. Let's definitely do... Yeah, let's go with these. So first one I want to bring in is Jet. This is super protective. So red tiger eye is in there. That's really helpful for any kind of like keeping negative stuff at bay. Jet is highly protective, whether it's against like the evil eye, paranormal, anything like that, but also people doing stuff like that. It's wonderful for grief. This is an exceptional stone for healing grief. It helps you to go deep into that grief without losing yourself. It's lovely too for anyone that is close to someone or an animal companion that's soon to pass, in that it's lovely for things like hospice type stuff. So that's Jet. So let's bring this in here and here. Actually, let's bring it in here and here. Red jasper is very empowering, and it does kind of help keep bullying at bay. This is a wonderful stone of protection and grounding. It can help with emotional support, everything about the root, and lovely too for like long-term convalescence or healing that is going to take a long time. But in general, when it comes to like basic needs, primal urges, fight or flight, this can help you feel more grounded during all of this horrendousness. So, but yeah, I find that this is somewhat a protective stone too. Let's do that right under here. And the next one I want to bring in is shungite to kind of deep clean your energy field. This is helpful for relieving stress, as well as energy blocks and even emotional pain. It's lovely for deep clearing the energy field, which after something like that, isn't it good to just kind of like do a deep clear? It's also great for physical recovery. If anyone is getting better from like an injury or anything, shungite can be really helpful. Let's see. Awesome. So that's some shungite. And got lots of good courage stones. There's definitely a big call for courage today. Bring in Kambaba stone. This can bring a lot of courage and confidence too. This is also helpful for connection to our ancestors and to the lands that they inhabited. It's wonderful for connection to the earth and ecological healing, even helping our plants to thrive and our crops to have larger yields. It's wonderful for learning, especially learning new things, especially languages, and lovely for mental focus as well as finding errors and patterns. And I think that that might even be helpful with like noticing anything else that might have gotten infiltrated or impacted by what happened. So this way you'll see it, you know, coming sooner than later, ideally. So that is Kambaba stone. So let's put that in for you. There we go. So I hope that that helps. But oh man, that stinks. You're welcome, Creative Diva. Oh, Janie, awesome. Grateful for you too. So for Lisa, continued support for your mom's infection and the GI side effects of the meds. We've got moss agate in there to help with the infection. Let's bring in Dalmatian jasper for GI side effects. We have both eye crystals in there. We have another lung stone. So we'll bring in rhodonite and everyone's hearts and joints. Gotcha. Work responsibilities. We have garnet, we have ruby, and we have sunstone in there. Balance, energy, and lifestyle. Let's bring in blue kyanite. Cool. So Dalmatian jasper is another stone that can help deep clean our energy. It's got black tourmaline running through it, and black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy. This stone is lovely for releasing old energy imprints of past interactions. It can help us to let go of cynicism and jadedness so that we can kind of take a new look at things and expect a different outcome. Also really helpful for lots of digestive disorders, including things like upset stomach from GI issues having to do with meds. But yeah, great for releasing cynicism and also inviting in cooperation. So let's bring in Dalmatian jasper. Rhodonite is another stone that's very helpful with the lungs. We have emerald in there. But in addition to that, this is a stone that's helpful to healing things like grief or sadness and heartbreak. It's another stone that can help us to heal our broken heart so we can open up to love again when we feel ready. Helpful too with allergies, anything autoimmune, and asthma. Particularly helpful for overcoming insecurities and dealing with the healing of past emotional abuse. It's also really helpful for balancing yin and yang in the body. So that is rhodonite. Blue kyanite can help us with making those healing changes in our life, like those big healthy changes and shifts in our life. It's also a stone that helps us with radical self-acceptance, loving ourselves exactly as we are. It's helpful for understanding our spiritual guidance, even up to and including, say, understanding our dreams. Helpful for certain types of neurological care, especially speech and mobility. And lovely too for harmonizing like petty behavior, immature behavior, spite, and things like that, especially in a group dynamic. So that is blue kyanite. For joints, we have polychrome jasper, but let's also bring in howlite. So this is also, in addition to the joints and the bones and bone integrity and calcium absorption, joints, whether it's an acute injury or kind of an ongoing thing, this is also lovely mentally and emotionally for anger, frustration, resentment, helping us to let go of those really difficult emotions so that we can make a decision based less in volatility and more in empowerment. But yeah, also good for hair, teeth, bones in general. So let's go ahead and bring in howlite. And for heart, let's bring in unakite. This helps circulation. This helps the heart and circulation, really. Also lovely for metabolism and anything that's a part of a woman's life, from good relationships to especially hormones, fertility, labor, delivery, shift at different points in life, Lovely too for dealing with addictions, especially quitting smoking. So that is Unakite. And as we were talking about yesterday, Unakite is lovely. Unakite is lovely for a lot of reasons, but it also has epidote in it. So we will bring that in. So I hope that helps. Lots of love to you and your family. And I hope everything's going well. Okay, let's do some sugilite, labradorite, and the conjoined quartz. Let's see. Okay. So another thing that can help with people working together are two quartz where the points are moving in the same direction. So basically this is an example of, you can kind of tell there's 2 points. It's double pointed and there's 2 quartz points in there. So that helps with like cooperation and moving in the same direction. This is also rutilated quartz. Rutilated quartz is lovely for helping to focus energy. So that includes like mental focus, or if you're getting a lot of healing work around a particular intention, this can embody the, I hope that all of those treatments go to where they're most needed. It's lovely too for kind of boosting energy, especially if we feel run down. So that is both of those things. There we go. So that is 2-pointed rutilated quartz. Labradorite helps with better sleep, and it's lovely for clairvoyance, which is our spiritual sight and our intuitive sight. It helps with research and study, detailed attention to like find things, like finding errors in a lot of information. Helps too with resolving workplace disputes, bringing in workplace harmony. Helps to just relax and calm everyone down if they're all fighting. Lovely too for enjoying travel. And yeah, lots of research and study, finding patterns for sure. So let's bring in some labradorite. You're welcome. And sugilite is lovely for unity consciousness. This is connection to that concept of we are all interconnected. We are all one. So rather than me versus the world, or I'll take whatever I want and forget about everyone else, this is the reminder that we all are connected. We are all interconnected. And what we put out into the universe, we put into ourselves. And what we take from the universe, we take from ourselves too. So this helps with that high-mindedness, that connection to spirit, and that it sort of brings us from the physical wants, needs, and desires and up into that awareness of life beyond this physical incarnation. So that is sugilite. It's a great one for like world peace and things like that too. Hey, Kanta. Oh, you had to pick up your grandson. Hooray! It's all good. Hormonal system, metabolism, and release weight. Gotcha. We got hormonal system. We've got Unakite and pink tourmaline in there. We've also got sodalite, which helps. And I'm going to bring in some blue apatite. This can be helpful for weight loss or just shifting our relationship to food and or diet for any reason. So whatever that looks like to you in your individual life at this moment, this can really help our relationship to food in a very healthy way, but that includes weight loss if that's a goal. Helps too with courage on your soul's path, as well as illuminating your soul's path so that you feel like, okay, I feel like I know where I'm going and I've got all the courage and confidence I need to keep going with it. It strengthens our energy field, our aura. So if you're someone who tends to take on the energy of others, this can help you to develop like your self senses to maybe give into that a little less. And it's lovely too for inner peace and inner harmony. So that's blue apatite. So let's make some room for blue apatite. So I hope that helps, Kanta. Metabolism is definitely Unakite. But we'll also bring in Herkimer, because I think this was requested by Chris. This can be really helpful for metabolism, as well as boosting anything that we're manifesting. It helps us to relax. It also helps with being in the present moment, appreciating where you are, and wonderful at harmonizing discordant energy and boosting intuition in general, connection to spirit, which I think that hits a lot of notes for us today that were very much in alignment with what a lot of folks were asking for. So good ask there. And there we go. Awesome. Okay, good stuff. You're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome, Patty. And I'm just going to see if I've overlooked anyone's request. Please let me know, because otherwise we're going to go into the healing. And yep, I got flowers, zebra jasper, dragon's blood. Gotcha. So dragon's blood helps with grief and loss. It helps us to process those difficult emotions without losing ourselves in self-pity in a way that's unhelpful. Self-pity has its place, but don't get me wrong, grief is what it is. It doesn't look pretty, and it is absolutely natural and healthy. But this helps us from getting stuck in that place. It also helps with having patience with yourself, as well as the strength and courage to change, and for learning from our mistakes. It's lovely for the nervous system and the immune system, and boosting the immune system, which a few of you did mention today. It's also helpful for optimism, wisdom, and general happiness. So that's dragon's blood or dragon stone. I often hear it called either one or both. Zebra jasper is helpful for like overwhelming stress. It helps you to advocate for yourself and your needs despite that overwhelming stress. It also helps bone disorders. It's very empowering. It helps muscle spasms. And it also encourages you to take initiative. So there we go. It's got a lot of optimism, and it helps with that kind of go with the flow type attitude. So that is zebra jasper. And got almost all of them. I'll bring in a piece of septarian. That helps with muscle pain and spasm. And it also helps with doing the work on ourselves. Like when we're taking that deep look at ourselves and seeing what we'd like to change, this helps us to get vulnerable, feel supported in that, and also to grow and change and basically mature emotionally as we do that work. So it's very helpful for any kind of introspective work. Also helps with supporting an understated solar plexus, and the solar plexus is that place of personal identity and free will. So if you tend to look for everyone else to tell you what to do, this might be a great stone. So that is septarian. Awesome. Oh, thank you, everyone. Lovely. I think we got it all. I think we did it. We have. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to do that thing I do next. And some of you are already jumping in. Thank you so much. So I'm going to explain what Reiki is, how it works, and how to make the most of your session. And while I do that, you can help me by lifting the energy. It's a really simple way to do it, but really powerful nonetheless. Go ahead, take a moment, and reflect on those things that you're grateful for. Anything at all. And then if you feel up to it, if it's not too personal, go ahead, click that live chat button. Definitely hit the like button if you haven't already. But head on into the chat and share those things that you're grateful for. We're all interconnected. That lifts energy so powerfully and so quickly. And then as soon as I'm done explaining the Reiki, we're going to dive into the healing. So thank you for being here, and thank you for inspiring this beautiful grid based on all of your requests. And it's beautiful. It feels lovely and deeply healing. So let's go ahead and learn about some Reiki. So as I mentioned at the top of the stream, my name's Danielle Stimpson. I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and if you'd like to learn more about me, my live online Reiki certification classes, if you'd like to schedule a one-on-one healing or tarot reading, or just shop my Reiki charged crystals, head on over to learnreikiphiladelphia.com. It's linked in the description, as are all my social media and my email newsletter. So what is Reiki? Well, Reiki has become a catch-all for energy healing in the West, but specifically I work with what's known as Usui Reiki. This method was named after its founder, Mikao Usui. He created this in the early 1920s in Japan at a time where teaching anything that could be mistaken as a part of a religion had some really strict consequences. So this particular method is deeply spiritual, yet completely secular. And I think that's why it's made the impact it has on us in the West. So the concept of energy at the heart of this practice comes to us from Shintoism, and that's the indigenous spirituality of Japan, where it's thought that everyone and everything are interconnected and inextricably linked, and that spirit, however you define it in this instance, provides that soul-affirming life energy, and that it's available to all of us, flowing through everyone, everywhere, all the time, whether or not we're aware of it. And that our body, mind, and spirit use this energy moment to moment, day to day, for the regular healing and resilience that we need to move through our lives. Whether or not we're aware of it, it flows just the same. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is using Usui's techniques to connect to this energy and direct more of it to you, wherever you are and whenever you're watching this. So to enjoy the session and how to connect and get the Reiki, well, all you need to do is be open to it, and by being here, you already are. So the cool thing is you don't have to do anything on your end beyond just being here. So during the session, you don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to quiet your mind. But I generally suggest that you find a nice, comfy place to sit or lay down or just be. Allow yourself to close your eyes and just see how it shows up for you. But you can also use this time any other way that you like. So there's no wrong way to enjoy this time. Whether you want to journal or do some yoga or some stretches or have a cup of tea, get creative, make some art, whatever feels right in your heart, totally the perfect time here. During the session, at any point, like I said, you don't have to focus on anything or keep your mind silent. But if you do feel like you want to go a little deeper into the session, or if you get distracted, I invite you to take a deep breath in and out, and you'll gently sink right back into the session. During the session, you may feel some physical sensations. You may have some emotions rise up or even get released. Mentally, you may be able to think some things through that have been really challenging for you. You may also get a deep sense of clarity or wisdom or intuition. You may also have a really lovely nap, and your session will probably be the perfect blend of all of those things right there. So you are encouraged to enjoy it in any way that feels comfortable. Know that I will be sending this Reiki for 25 minutes, during which time I will turn the lights down. You'll notice that they flow gently and slowly through several different colors. At no point will the lights flash or strobe, and I will turn the music up. If you enjoy our musical creator, she's listed and linked at the bottom of the description. Thank you to those of you who are able to provide any kind of support to the channel at any point. It really does help because we're able to buy music from an actual musician that I can get the rights to stream, and it's just a lovely thing to actually, support another person doing what they do here on YouTube. But definitely check out her YouTube channel if you enjoy the music. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in. I'll encourage you to take a deep breath in and out, come back to your body, and at that point, I'll be able to re-engage with you in the chat. So you can ask any questions, you can share any experiences, anything like that. And know that I am here 5 times a week, same days, same times, every week. They're listed in the description below. Definitely subscribe with your notifications on to maybe get a notification here and there. And also, if you ever need a session and I'm not live, another cool thing about Reiki is that it's not reliant on my human limitations. Reiki is everywhere all the time. So whenever you're watching this, whether you're here live with me or if you're watching this as a pre-recorded session, the energy will be there for you just the same. So if ever you need a session, if I'm not live, check out our past healing live stream playlist. Pick any old stream that I've done before and you will feel it just the same. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you all of you who inspired this beautiful grid. And let's go ahead and get into the healing. Ooh, really pretty. Here, let's just even it out a bit. Let's bring in a little bit more of the zebra jasper. There we go. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for inspiring this grid. It's beautiful. Awesome. And lots of love to you, Goddess of Four. And Patty, and Lisa, and Lila Ray, and Flower. Oh, thank you, Flower. Thank you, Kanta. All of you are awesome. Thank you all for being here. And most importantly, thank you all for being so kind to each other and so supportive of one another. I can't even express in words to you how much that means to me to see that every day. So thank you for doing that. And thank you just for being the amazing folks that you are. So enjoy your session. I'll see y'all in about 25 minutes. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly come back to your body. Move your fingers and toes. And if you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and use the chat. My next live streams are Friday at both 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. East Coast US time. And the full schedule is listed in the description. Oh, thank you, Claire, and it's good to see you, Allie. Oh, thank you, Claire. It's wonderful to have you. Oh, Flower, you're so welcome. Oh, Allie, what's your question? You're welcome, Lisa. All the best to you and your family. Oh, Susu, it's good to see you. Lots of love to you and Greg. Oh, thank you. And you're welcome to both Patty and Renee. Thank you, and I'll see you both on Friday. Oh yes, the Reiki kitties are blessed. I could hear Gertie snoring from in here. Allie, is what are my thoughts on crystals? Can they counter each other? You've seen that recently and we're unsure. I find that they usually don't, especially if you're putting your intentions out there when you work with them. It can happen if you're working with some crystals personally, if you feel like almost like something's conflicted or it feels too overstimulating. Those crystals might not be great together for you. But I don't feel like they counter each other so much. But yeah, some folks feel that they definitely do. I just feel that sometimes it can be a bit much. Man, a couple of big yawns there. I hope that answers your question, Allie. Thank you, Goddess of Four. You're welcome. And yeah, the kitties are doing well. Thank you. I hope your whole crew is doing well. Awesome. Well, I'm going to get ready to go ahead and end the stream here with an abundance of gratitude because I've got a Reiki class to teach. Allie, that makes sense because you didn't personally feel like they did just based off of intention. Yeah, that's just my thoughts. Other folks, like, trust your feelings. If something doesn't feel right, absolutely listen to it and make an adjustment. But yeah, I don't feel like they counter each other, but they can be overstimulating sometimes if you're working with them, especially if you're putting them on your body. It can be a lot, especially on your body during energy work can be a lot. Sometimes less is more in that case. Even when I treat clients in person, I tend to put the crystals underneath the massage table or around the client, or even offer to let the client hold them so they can always put them down if they want to. But yeah, so, third yawn in a row. Thank you everyone so much for being here, for all of your kindness that you show to each other and all the kindness you show me. Lots of love to all of you. If you haven't hit that like button, please consider doing so. But I'm going to go ahead and end the stream now so I can go lead my Reiki class. I hope to see you all again soon. Take care and bye for now.